So despite some of the broken gaming experiences, crazy paywalls, DLC to get the remaining 25% of a game, and just the lack of innovation in gameplay mechanics, the truth is that gamers, we have the power to change this and build new AAA gaming experiences. I'm going to tell you how we do it. 7 ways we can do this, starting with number 1 is exploration and discovery. One of the coolest things about gaming. And just like we explore things and discover things in games, we can do the same for exploring and discovering like-minded individuals who want to see and passionate about seeing the games that we want built. Like-minded individuals will gather and combine that energy with indies or AA studios that have that soul, that want to build for gaming, y'all, that want to serve for gaming. The number 2 on that list is going to be community, relationship with gamers and developers, not corporations. Now, I emphasize not corporations because developers are actually gamers, to be truthful. I'm a developer and I'm a gamer. Like, I play games. I know developers who play games and that actually really care about gameplay mechanics, something being fun. And those people are the ones that are actually like building your models, your animations, your code, and all of that stuff. The corporations and executives and things, those folks, some of those folks are just investors that want to see an ROI. They're like, all right, I'm putting down 5 mil on this game. I want to see 15 mil. And they don't really get involved too much with the gameplay mechanics or whether the community is like cares about the characters or the IPs and stuff like that. So, you know, that close-knit community can be like Discord servers, and finding Discord servers that have people who are like-minded and developers or an indie game that's being built, and then just keep working together with them, which is going to lead me into number 3, developer engagement with indie developers and AA studios. This involves you being directly engaged with development. Whatever there's voting polls, wherever there's beta testing or any opportunities to really get involved with how the game is being made, the developers that really care, they're going to want your feedback. They're going to want to say, hey, we're building this character this way, or we're putting in these attacks, or we're doing this type of loot system. And they're going to ask you, the ones that actually want to serve, that'd be the best for everyone's best interest for them to be able to say, all right, what do you guys like? What do you guys think about this? While simultaneously expressing themselves through the passion of creating games. So I think the developer and I think gamers can be more involved with the developers in so many ways. And we have the tools to do it. Discord, 20 years ago wasn't a thing, but now Discord is a big part of game development. I think we can all take advantage of that platform to really build communities of these new AAA games that are going to come out from indie game developers and AA studios. Get directly involved with development. Your voice matters. Without gamers coming out of their pocket and supporting these type of games are not going to succeed. Number 4, y'all. Number 4 is monetary support for indie game developers. So these big AAA studios that are currently on the market, not only do they have the sales from the games they've released, but they also got behind the scenes investors and partnerships and all this type of stuff going on from huge companies and huge big pocket investors. And the truth is, your indie game developers probably eating ramen noodles for their first game, or they're probably trying to figure out how they're going to pay their rent. Yeah, I'm telling you this from experience. I'm an indie game developer. Look for ways that you can support them monetarily, whether they have a Patreon, whether they're doing a pre-order, and if they don't, suggest it. Say, hey, I really like what you're doing. Let me support you. If you do a YouTube or Twitch, like I'll subscribe or whatever to your channel. Whatever it is that you can do to monetarily help them out and support them. If they do have a YouTube channel that are putting out content, support their content, because their content will be able to bring opportunities such as ad revenue or whatever it is to help them support themselves. So there's ways that you can support them monetarily by coming out of your pocket and just by spending a little time to be able to help these indie developers build up into the studios that you guys want to see build these awesome games to come out. Now, number 5 is playing the long game. Now, as I discussed before in one of my videos of why indie game devs should think big, I was saying that Miyamoto and his team started as 5 or 7 people with the first Super Mario Brothers before they became the big Nintendo that we know today. So a lot of the indies and AA studios or game developers, they're going to start with smaller teams, smaller games, and then as they build more games, what they do as well is that they take the tools and things that they built from those games and put it in the bigger scale game. I've seen some indie or AA companies build AAA experiences, but this is usually the roadmap for them to be able to scale and for them to be able to build bigger experiences and bring a little more people onto the team. So playing that long game is, supporting them and bringing the like-minded individuals into a community and building title after title consistently until you have a larger scale AAA experience. Now, number 6, while playing the long game, number 6 is creating a playlist for yourself of current and old games, whether it be single and multiplayer. There's plenty of things that have replay value that we can enjoy right now. I could think of several off the top of my head that I will play right now and I could still have fun. Create that playlist for yourself, and enjoy those games while we play the long game to build the games that we want to see in the gaming industry. That's ultimately something that, I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no games out and stuff like that. Like, nah, there's plenty of movies and stuff or music that I would listen to again. Like, we have to really value we have to really value the stuff that is already out. That's so for example, Michael Jackson or something. Like, you can't tell me there's not people still listening to his music right now. We got to treat our games like that. Like, we got to treat our games, the games that, are timeless. We have to keep enjoying those games. Let's not be the industry that it's like, oh, we toss out the stuff that's really good. Nah, let's treat the stuff timeless. Let's enjoy it like it was a music album that is just, you can listen to for the rest of your life. There's plenty of games that we have that are out there like that a lot of people put their blood, sweat, and tears into, that actually have, that soul and passion to provide something that is fun. So that's another thing that we can do. Number 6 is building that playlist of those timeless titles that you could play right now and you say, man, I love this game, I enjoy this game. And there's like board games, chess, Monopoly, whatever your favorite board game is, like those games are timeless too, and I could play both of those games right now. So there's plenty of games out like that. The final, last but not least, with number 7 is, if you absolutely got to scratch that itch and you have to play these games that are out today or coming out broken, my suggestion will be having preference over expectation. And what I mean by that is that you're like, okay, my preference is I would prefer for this game not to be broken. I'm not going to have this expectation of this outcome that when it comes out that it's going to be clean. And I'm not going to bump into any walls and get stuck, or it's not going to crash, whatever. Pretty much when you play those games, you won't get disappointed because you have a preference over expectation of an outcome. So that's the last thing that I would say. If you all have to play those type of games that you're like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get this anywhere else, they come out with this game but it's broken, just have a preference over expectation, and I think you'll be ultimately fine. And that's mostly stuff here and here, really. And that's also a thing for me in life that's helped me in terms of all type of decisions and experiences. That's like, for example, if you're driving a car and the car gets a flat tire, of course your preference would be, oh man, I would have liked to get into the destination I'm going to, but I got a flat tire. And that type of thing happens. And if you don't have the expectation that you'll never get a flat tire, or that that you'll just get from point A to point B every time without no type of roadblocks or traffic or flat tires or whatever, then it's going to be really painful for you in the mental, being able to live life like that. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all today, man. Those are the 7 things that I believe we can do for gamers to be able to build new AAA gaming experiences. I love y'all. Peace, love, and blessings. I'm out.